Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Atelier Ryza 3, Alchemist of the End and the Secret Key, is the third and final game in the Ryza series. The game follows the grown-up Ryza and her friends on their last summer adventure. The story takes place after the events of the previous games and features a cast of characters from previous games in the series. The game is set in several expansive regions, each offering unique materials and resources for players to gather and use in Ryza's alchemy to create powerful equipment for their party. Players can also build new ateliers in each region, each with unique benefits that make them useful if used to the best of their abilities. The game features a mix of combat, alchemy, and gathering gameplay.
いい匂いだね。腹減ってきたな。
懐かしい気配がするな。
Atelier Ryza 2, Lost Legends and the Secret Fairy is the 22nd main entry in the Atelier series and the second game of the Secret storyline. It is the first game in the series with a returning protagonist, Ryza, and is the sequel to Atelier Ryza, Ever Darkness and the Secret Hideout. The game takes place 3 years after the events of the previous game and features Ryza and her friends going through new encounters and goodbyes to discover a true priceless treasure. The game has a real-time, turn-based combat system that was introduced in its predecessor. The game is available on multiple platforms, including Steam, Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, and PlayStation. The game received positive reviews for its improvements over the previous game, its charming world, and its dynamic living world.
君を離さない。たとえこの力を失っても。
Atelier Ryza, Ever Darkness and the Secret Hideout is the 21st mainline game in the Atelier series and the first in a new continuity. It is a 2019 JRPG for the PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch, and PC. The game follows the story of Ryza, who escapes her boring village life to gather with her friends in a secret location to talk about their dreams and plan thrilling adventures. One day, Ryza and her friends decide to head for the Forbidden Island across the shore as their first exploration trip. The game features a customizable secret hideout and a real-time battle system. The game is available on multiple platforms, including Steam, PlayStation 4, and Nintendo Switch. Atelier Sophie 2, The Alchemist of the Mysterious Dream is a Japanese role-playing video game developed by Dusk and is the 23rd game in the Atelier series and the 4th game in its mysterious subseries. It was released in February 2022 for PC, Nintendo Switch, and PlayStation 4. The game is a sequel to Atelier Sophie, The Alchemist of the Mysterious Book, and is set just after that game and before Atelier Virus, filling in some plot details that were previously left vague and creating more connections between those two titles. The game follows the story of Sophie, who leaves her hometown of Kirchenbell to become a state-licensed alchemist and ends up in a parallel world called Logy. The game features open-ended design, charming aesthetics, and compelling crafting systems. The game has received positive reviews for its charming and beautiful design and being one of the best installments of the series to date. Atelier Rorona, The Alchemist of Arland, is a Japanese role-playing video game developed by Dusk Company. Limited and was first released for the PlayStation 3 on June 25, 2009, in Japan. The game is the 11th core Atelier title and the first on the PlayStation 3. It is known by the project code A11 and is the first game in the Arland series. The game follows the story of Rorona, a young alchemist who is tasked by the Kingdom of Arland to prove that her alchemy workshop can function in the city's economy by passing 12 examinations over the next 3 years. The game features exploration, crafting, and turn-based battles. The game was later re-released under the PlayStation 3 The Best label and was followed by a sequel titled Atelier Totori, The Adventure of Arland, which takes place 5 years after the end of Atelier Rorona. The game was also remade as Atelier Rorona Plus, The Alchemist of Arland, which features a new battle system and revamped graphics. Atelier Totori, The Adventurer of Arland, is a Japanese role-playing video game developed by Dusk Company Limited and was first released for PlayStation 3 on June 24, 2010, in Japan. It is the 12th installment in the Atelier series and the second game in the Arland series, and it continues the series' emphasis on item synthesis. The game follows the story of Totori Halmold, a young and aspiring alchemist who is searching for her missing mother. The game takes place 8 years after the events of Atelier Rorona, The Alchemist of Arland, and Rorona Frixel, the protagonist of the previous game, is Totori's teacher. The game features exploration, crafting, and turn-based battles. The game has been praised for its stylish graphics, focus on bite-sized quests, and in-depth synthesis and battle systems. Atelier Escha and Logy, Alchemists of the Dusk Sky is a role-playing video game developed by Dusk Company Limited and is the 15th game in the official Atelier series and the second installment of the Dusk storyline. The game was released for PlayStation 3 in 2013 and later for PlayStation Vita in 2015. The game features two protagonists, Escha and Logy, who use different kinds of tools to synthesize items. The game has an enhanced synthesis system that allows players to combine different items. The game has been praised for its fun crafting system, fast-paced turn-based RPG action, and entertaining gameplay. The game has an enhanced port titled Atelier Escha and Logy, Alchemists of the Dusk Sky DX, which was released for Nintendo Switch and PlayStation 4 in 2019. The enhanced port features new playable characters, enemies, and story events. Atelier Lulua, the Scion of Arland, is a Japanese role-playing video game developed by Dusk Company Limited and was first released for PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch, and PC on March 20, 2019, in Japan. The game is the fourth installment in the Arland series and is a direct sequel to Atelier Rorona, The Alchemist of Arland. The game follows the story of Elmarelia Frixel, better known as Lulua, who wants to become an alchemist that surpasses her mother, Rorona. The game features exploration, crafting, and turn-based battles. The game takes place sometime after the original Arland trilogy of games, though the exact amount of time is never specified. The game has been praised for taking the mechanics of more recent Atelier titles and refining them. The game has a sweet and cutesy anime art style that perfectly fits the game's tone. Atelier Shallie, Alchemists of the Dusk Sea, is a Japanese role-playing video game developed by Dusk Company Limited and was first released in 2014. The game is the 16th main entry in the Atelier series and the third and final part of the Dusk trilogy of Atelier games. The game follows the story of Shalistra and Charlotte, two very different young alchemists who embark on a journey of discovery and exploration in the world of Dusk. The game features exploration, crafting, and turn-based battles. The game has been praised for its deep alchemy system, turn-based combat system, and the addition of a new camera. An enhanced port of the game titled Atelier Shallie Plus, Alchemists of the Dusk Sea was released for PlayStation Vita in 2016 in Japan and 2017 in North America and Europe. Another port of the game titled Atelier Shallie, Alchemists of the Dusk Sea DX was released for Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, and PC in 2019 and 2020. Atelier Ayesha, The Alchemist of Dusk, is a Japanese role-playing video game developed by Dusk Company Limited and was first released in 2012. The game is the 14th installment of the main Atelier series and is the first game in the Twilight series, and the prequel to Atelier Escha and Logy, Alchemists of the Dusk Sky. The game takes place in an entirely new universe from the Arland series and has a storyline independent from previous titles in the series. The game follows the story of Ayesha, a young alchemist who embarks on a journey to find her missing sister. The game features exploration, crafting, and turn-based battles. An updated port of the game titled Atelier Ayesha, The Alchemist of Dusk Plus was released for PlayStation Vita in 2014. The Plus version was later re-released again under the title Atelier Ayesha, The Alchemist of Dusk DX. The game has the same character designer and character illustrator as Atelier Escha and Logy, Alchemists of the Dusk Sky, as well as the same monster designer and director.